Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done.
You're being a little evasive with me?
How?
Because every time I ask you a question, you suck your teeth and you say, oh, come on, man, you know what's going on. You're not giving me any really straight answers. I asked to see your daughter. You said, no, I don't want her to see the police.
I showed you.
You did, but I wanted to see her. And now I'm going to have to talk to her because she said that when you hit her, it was in front of her.
Turn around.
For battery.
Turn around.
Violence.
Put your hands behind your back.
You don't gotta ask for God.
Well, we need to make sure she's with somebody.
She's okay. She with somebody.
We saw Gervonta Davis a couple of days ago say on Twitter that now he wants to maybe work with you.
I don't have a problem with him or any fighters.
Yeah.
If he respects what we are doing to the boxing, I don't have any problem. And if he want the green light from Heyman, we work with Heyman now.
Correct.
In each card, we have 1 or 2 fights with Heyman. It depends about him. If he want to enjoy the fast train for the glory.
Done. Tank has hung him up. He shoes off. Get the bag. Put a plaque up. He done. Tank is done. You're being a little evasive with me. Because every time I ask you a question, you suck your teeth and you say, oh, come on, man. You know what's going on. You're not giving me any really straight answers. I asked to see your daughter. You said, no, I don't want her to see I showed you how I showed you. You did, but I wanted to see her. And now I'm gonna have to talk to her because she said that when you hit her, it was in front of her. Turn around for battery. Put your hands behind your box. You don't got to ask me about, well, we need to make sure she's with somebody. She okay, she with somebody. The boxing world has been shaken by comments from a Hall of Fame champion, sparking serious speculation about the future of undefeated boxer Gervonta Tank Davis. We saw Gervonta Davis a couple of days ago say on Twitter that now he wants to maybe work with you. I don't have a problem with him or any fighters if you respect what we are doing out to the boxing. I don't have any problem, and if you want the green light from Heyman, we work with Mon now. Correct, in each card we have 1 or 2 fights with him. It depend about him if he want to enjoy the fast train for the glory. With a stellar career and a reputation as one of the most explosive and feared fighters in the lightweight division, Davis has been at the center of many debates. However, his recent performance and personal issues outside the ring have raised eyebrows, with some wondering if his best days are behind him. Davis has been nothing short of dominant since his professional debut in 2013. Maintaining an unbeaten record and claiming world titles across 3 weight classes, he's held the WBA World Lightweight title for some time, solidifying his place as one of boxing's top stars. Yet, his most recent title defense against Lamont Roach Jr. ended in what many felt was a controversial majority decision draw, a fight that many thought should have gone in Davis's favor. Tank had even taken a knee during the 9th round, but it wasn't ruled a knockdown, leaving fans and analysts questioning the integrity of the decision. There's a false narrative going around right now to say that Tank didn't get hit. Count the punches. 8 unanswered punches by Roach in the exchange. And I'll show you the one that does the damage. Not there. Slow it down. Slow motion. He gets it right there. That lands. So, if you ever boxed before, scratching the eye is really uncomfortable. It's awkward, and Tank isn't used to having adversity in a fight. The original plan was to set up a rematch between the two, which seemed almost inevitable given the contested nature of their first encounter, but it now seems like that fight may never happen. Roach has hinted that Davis is dragging his feet and hasn't signed off on a rematch contract, casting doubt on the future of the fight. Meanwhile, Davis's growing legal troubles have added more fuel to the fire, especially after his arrest in July 2025 when he was charged with misdemeanor battery for allegedly assaulting the mother of his children during a Father's Day custody exchange. Recovering suspects bonding out of jail here for several years. I can tell you that this is a first for me because as Davis was walking out of the Turner Guilford Night Center, he had 3 corrections officers surrounding him, not really allowing reporters to get close to him to ask him questions. That said, I did ask those questions as to his allegations. He is accused of striking his ex-girlfriend, the mother of his children. I asked him about those charges. He refused to answer our questions. You are looking at the mug shot of professional and well-known boxer 30-year-old Gervonta "Tank" Davis. He was arrested by Miami Beach police early this morning on a warrant for his arrest following an alleged incident that happened in June on Father's Day. In the arrest report we obtained, it states Davis arrived to pick up his children from his ex-girlfriend's Durrell home and during that process struck her in the back of the head. Investigators said he then proceeded to slap her on the right side of the face, resulting in a minor laceration to the inner area of her lip. Police said the victim was treated at Baptist Hospital where officers responded, but Davis was nowhere to be found. In light of these developments, Tim Bradley, the retired 2-weight world champion, made some bold statements during an interview with FightHub TV. Bradley claims that Davis is mentally checked out and that his career is over. Bradley, known for his candid and sometimes brutal assessments, didn't mince words, saying Davis is no longer motivated by boxing and is more interested in making big money from spectacle fights with the likes of Jake Paul and Manny Pacquiao. According to Bradley, Tank is done and won't be stepping into the ring for high-profile bouts anytime soon. Tank has hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done. Period. When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore? Tank was checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag. For the big bag of Jake Paul, Pacquiao. Adding to the uncertainty surrounding Davis's career, Bradley dismissed the idea of a long-awaited showdown between Tank and Shakur Stevenson, suggesting that Davis will avoid the fight at all costs. He stated that no matter how much money is offered, whether it be Lamborghinis or a huge paycheck, Davis won't be taking the fight. For Bradley, the fight between the two unbeaten lightweights seems like a distant dream. One that may never materialize, especially with Davis seemingly stepping away from the sport. And he looking like, hey, I see you later. Tank is standing. He's not going to fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offered, get him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight. Bradley's remarks are in stark contrast to the optimism that many boxing fans still hold about the possibility of a fight between Davis and Stevenson. While Stevenson has been calling out Davis for months, it appears that Tank's motivation to face top challengers is waning. Shakur has been making waves in the lightweight division with impressive victories, most recently against William Zapata. Stevenson's rise has only added to the intrigue surrounding a potential showdown between him and Davis. However, with Davis's future now in question, fans may have to wait a long time before such a clash takes place. I don't. For now, it's still Tank at the top. Yeah, for sure. That's the what's wrong with the Roach fight? I have no clue. That's kind of like questions you got to ask him. And when it comes down to jail and any of them type of things, I don't wish that upon nobody. So, I hope everything is good with him. But I just speak specifically on the business of the sport. So I would love to fight him as a fighter for sure. As Davis navigates his legal troubles, including facing potential ex-parte protective orders that could affect his parental rights and custody arrangements, the questions about his future in the ring grow louder. The severity of his legal issues, particularly the domestic violence allegations, could have long-term consequences on both his personal life and his boxing career. With a criminal case pending, Davis is caught in a battle on multiple fronts. And it's unclear whether he'll be able to get his career back on track. Hitting his ex-girlfriend outside of his Parkland home, causing injuries to her face. Did you punch that woman in the face? In 2020, he was seen on video grabbing his ex-girlfriend by the throat at a celebrity basketball game. While Davis is known for his fights in the ring, one thing that has been widely discussed in recent weeks is the possibility of Davis stepping into the ring with Jake Paul, the YouTube star turned boxer. If Davis is indeed nearing the end of his boxing journey, a spectacle fight with Jake Paul could be a lucrative way to bow out of the sport. While a fight against Paul wouldn't be competitive in the traditional sense, but for hardcore boxing fans, the idea of Davis trading blows with Paul, who has never faced an opponent anywhere near Davis's caliber, seems more like a distraction than a legitimate boxing event. Yeah. I mean, I'd be down. Let's run it. Like, I'd be super down. I don't know if Gervonta needs Jake Paul. Let's be clear, right? Is there a height limit in boxing? In another twist to the narrative surrounding Davis's career, legendary boxer Oscar de la Hoya weighed in on a potential fight between Davis and Shakur Stevenson. De la Hoya, whose own career spanned multiple decades in weight classes, believes that Davis would emerge victorious if the two ever faced off. Despite Stevenson's impressive defensive skills and ability to fight on the back foot, De La Hoya believes Tank's aggressive style and knockout power would be too much for Stevenson to handle. According to De La Hoya, if the two were to meet in the ring, Davis would likely score a brutal knockout, something that many believe could happen due to Davis's ability to land that one devastating shot. That's Gervonta Davis. I know Shakur is fighting your guy, but nice. Who wins that fight? Man, that's a good I think they're different styles obviously. I think Shakur is more, fights on his back foot, fights tall, throws 1-2 punches. I think Tank Davis takes more risk, he goes forward a little more. I think he has more power. I'm going to pick Tank to beat Shag by brutal knockout. Yeah. Despite these comments, the idea of Davis fighting Stevenson is far from guaranteed, especially given the current state of his career. Stephenson.